I'm looking now at the last of the Super Saturday winners, and this time I'm looking at Norway. So after a very massive and potential controversial change in the MGP format, and as well as a lot of controversial voting on the night, eventually it came down to the last pair. Ulrikke won the overall show, and so she will be going forward to represent them with the song Attention. Now, I remember watching MGP on the night, and I didn't watch the semis, but I watched the final, and I know it was meant to be down to a televote vote, and somehow the NRK website crashed and they had to use a backup jury, and I know a lot of people got really angry over it. Norwegian fans, international fans, and some of the artists themselves got actually really frustrated over it because they didn't judge the live performances, they only judged the song for what it was, and it would have angered me as well, being honest. That shouldn't take away from their win. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Anyways, so Ulrike won, and that's about as far as we're going. It came down to the finest of margins in the end, but anyway, this is my review on her performance. Violence in Norway is usually a very good thing, so that's something.
I find myself longing for attention. I'm not myself doing what I do. I know I may have hurt someone I love along the way. It wasn't my intention. I
love this build-up, especially when it comes to ballads. Her vocals are really nice as well. This is the sort of thing I'd kind of expect Sweden to send rather than Norway, but okay. Her vocals remind me of Sour Altos for some bizarre reason. Don't ask me why. This is definitely one for the juries, more so than the public. Public may also appreciate it as well. Big notes. And the shower curtain. Or the fire shower curtain. I think she definitely has the perfect vocals to carry that song off. You always need a very, very big voice for that, and she definitely has that, so that's a great thing. This is definitely one for the juries more than the televote. This I don't want to say it will be a jury winner, but I think the juries will heavily vote in favour for this, so I think Norway can guarantee themselves a good bulk of points for that. The Televote may also appreciate it, but I don't think they'll appreciate it as much as, say, I said the juries will, especially with songs like this, Away in the Euro Mind. Just thinking about that. Otherwise, it's a decent song. It's nothing that screams winner, but I think it's something that would probably scream top 10 or something along the lines of that. If anything, it reminds me of Undo by Sanna Nilsson, which went in 2014 and that came third. So, I mean, that was in a mostly decent year for songs as well. So, I think that's probably the closest I can put in terms of similarity. The big difference is that this is actually written entirely by a bunch of Norwegians rather than a bunch of Swedes. I don't know what else to say on it really. Again, great vocalist, decent song. Staging, I think that it definitely suits a ballad. That's definitely a ballad staging all over. Whether they decide to keep that and send that to Rotterdam as it is another question, but I think they'll have something in terms of staging. I think they'll have something up their sleeve which might be a bit better, because that seemed quite stereotypical, but who knows. But I'm not judging based on performance anyway, so let's take it to the points. Vocally, she's really great. She's not I don't think she's the strongest vocalist we've heard yet so far, but still decent. So for that matter, I'm going to give her an 8. Song, I think, is great. It's not a favourite of mine. It's not really, really strong, but it's good for what it is. So I'm also going to give an 8 based on that. So Norway, you have 16 points. So from here I'm going to quickly try and get France done and quickly try and get Belgium done because I've only got 20% of battery, so I'm having to run through these as quick as possible. So otherwise, see you later guys.